Hey, look, YouTube, and welcome back to a new video with me, Rams fan YT. We are back with a live watch along. We are going to be watching Qatar versus Switzerland. I will have a co-commentator of Jonathan, who's just gone to the toilet. John is behind me. John, give us a wave. But this is great fun. We've got two live watch alongs we're going to be doing back to back today in two separate streams. But we're going to go quickly through the lineups because we're only about 3 minutes away from kickoff. For Qatar, they have got in goal Abu Nada. I'm playing a 4-3-3. The back four is going to be Alawi, Miguel, Puki, and Ahmed. Midfield three of Gaber, Medibo, and Lay. And the attacking three of Junior, Abdul Razak, and Afif, who is has made over 130 appearances for Qatar. For Switzerland, they will be playing in a 3-4-2-1. Jan Sommer having retired from international duty, meaning Kobel will be the goalkeeper taking up his place. A back three of Elvedi, Akanji, and Zakaria, with a midfield four of Ricardo Rodriguez, old school Granit Xhaka, Frula, and Ibishka. Attacking midfield two of Vargas and Ndoye, and up front is Mbolo, who always seems to score an absolute screamer during whichever international tournament he comes up to. No one knows what he does for, the rest of the time between international tournaments, but all we know is he's an absolute baller. We've got currently the Qatar national anthem. But yes, should be an exciting one. This one, AFC Asian Cup champions Qatar 2 times in a row. Obviously hosted the World Cup last year and have qualified organically for the first time this time round. Well, Switzerland, they are regulars in international tournaments. Jonathan, what are you making of this game here?
Doesn't look that interesting, but it'll probably be more interesting than I think. So, yeah. How do I clip this on, by the way? Does that have anything to do?
Get the magnet. Oh, wrong way around. Absolute professionalism right here. Okay, I think that's fine. We are using the clip-on mics compared to what I would usually use of a different mic. If you've been a long time watcher, you'll know that I have upgraded mics recently, and this is just some of the new mics, all going into upgrading at this channel, making it all the better. I forget how much the national anthems delay kickoff. So this will probably kick off at least 5 minutes later than we expect, I would imagine.
That's a terrible kit, bro.
What, the goalkeeper or the Swiss normal kit? Are they playing, because Qatar normally play in red, that's why they're playing in, is it green that they're playing in? But, I mean, obvious ones that people will be looking at is Granit Xhaka, isn't it? That's the name which everybody will be associating with. Long time at Arsenal, now with Sunderland. His experience arguably got Sunderland to the Europa League this season. Would you agree with that statement, Jonathan?
Yeah, probably would.
Yeah. Jonathan is a Coventry City fan, and probably having somebody like Granit Xhaka in his team might provide the difference between staying up and going down.
Oh, we're going down no matter what.
Well, that's the brutal pessimism of Jonathan, a long-suffering Coventry fan.
Not really. Not that long-suffering. I just switched teams.
Who was your team originally?
West Brom. Well,
you supported West Brom and switched to Coventry.
Yeah.
I never knew that. That is mental.
I only supported West Brom because I thought it would annoy other people who are Coventry fans.
It probably did.
Yeah, there was some rage baiting that did go on. Coventry fans are quite easy to rage bait, I must say.
I think football fans in general are quite easy to rage bait.
Well,
You just need to mention their rivals a bit of a moment.
One of my brother's friends is blocked by the Leicester City Twitter, so
Leicester City official Twitter. Now that is quite funny. Well, he's had the last laugh considering what Leicester have done this year. Which one is this one? This isn't the one which is San Francisco, isn't it? This stadium. Well, San Francisco hosted the Olympics a fair while ago. I don't know if they've ever had the World Cup playing in San Francisco, potentially. The VAR officials today are from Mexico and Uruguay. I've actually been convinced that some of the performances by VAR have been quite good so far. And quick run through for your lineups again. You got Abunalba, Ahmed, Kuki, Pedro Miguel, which sounds like the least Qatari name of all time, Alou, Larve, Gaber, Akram Afif, Madibo, and Ed Milson Jr. and Vusuf Abdurasag. Apparently, according to that one, in a 4-2-3-1. Julian Lopetegui is manager of Qatar.
What?
I did not realise that.
anything for a bag.
Switzerland got Gregor Abel, Elvodi Akanji, Dennis Zakaria, quite a promising player at one point, Ricardo Rodriguez, the same boat, Captain Granit Xhaka, Remo Frula, Abaishka, Endoy, Embolo, and Ruben Vargas, with Murat Yakin as the head coach. They're in a 3-4-3 formation. You'd expect Switzerland to have a lot of a ball in this one, a lot of a possession. Interesting because Switzerland aren't a great team, but they're not a bad team either. They're sort of one of them middle of the road European teams. They'd expect to win this one, of course, but whether they will or not, that is just quite a bit of a different question. Do you reckon the underdog mentality for Qatar will be able to see them even score a goal today?
No, I don't think they're that bad. I think they're not as bad as they were in 2022, probably, but you never know.
Yeah, I mean, it surprised me when Lopetegui was manager. I did not know. They've got some big name managers this World Cup. Carlo Ancelotti, Pochettino, Jesse March was one the other day I was watching. And also you've got the likes of Marcelo Bielsa. So yeah, a lot of big names. Thomas Tuchel as well. He's been around the block in club football and now with England. So some surprise names maybe in the dugout. Lopetegui did not do a great job with West Ham, I think it is fair to say.
But who did?
Indeed. He did an average job with Wolves, although Wolves this season have been, well, it's hard to say who their manager has been because they got rid of a new one every single month, it seems. We are now kicking off. Switzerland going left to right. They've actually gone long. I would have thought they would have kept up on ground. Someone needs to tell me how they determine who gets the home kits for these games, because certainly for me, I have no idea what causes which team. Is it alphabetical order? Maybe. It's a lot of width being used, and that's a great searching ball forward early for Switzerland, and it's a shot, but it comes to nothing. Qatar deeply defensive. Afif, Qatar's probably best player, sweeping back with number 11, and Qatar can hit on the counter-attack here, but the ball is run too far, and it will just be dealt with by Endoy. But yes, as we very much expected, Switzerland to be dominant in possession in this game, and Qatar to try and hit on the break. It's very much what we expected. They basically got every player behind the ball at the moment, Qatar.
Yeah, we do.
So it's a very slow build-up in the San Francisco heat. It is going to be one of them ones that weathers do determine a lot of the times for World Cup. Qatar are making a run into the opponent's half. They are looking for a target man, and it might actually come through here. And that's a chance early on for Qatar. Can they get around the goalkeeper? They can't. That was a great opportunity for the number 8. That could have been absolutely immense for Qatar. They one-on-one with the goalkeeper. A bit of a mistake by the Swiss defence there. Qatar actually showing that they could do something here. What did you make of that chance there? Should he have done better in the 1v1?
Probably, yeah.
It's a poor touch by NVD, and well, number 8, he just needed to lift it over the goalkeeper, and he's tried to go through the goalkeeper's legs. I just think if he tries to lift it over, it would have been much better.
John, what's your opinion on this game?
I think Switzerland are the green ones.
Wow.
I don't know how much of John you'll be able to hear, but he's just said Switzerland he thinks is the green ones, showing his tactical knowledge in the sport of football, of which he knows virtually nothing about, and he's off screen. But come on, you Rams from Ireland, Martin Ryan, thank you very much for that. Hope you are having a good day, and thanks for your long-term support at the channel. There has been an offside flag for a Swiss attack, and Qatar will have a free kick. A very open end-to-end game in these opening 3 minutes. They are using semi-automated offside technology in this game, something that I actually quite like. It reduces the reliance on VAR to, draw out lines and screens and spend hours debating whether his nose is a quarter of an inch offside. Do you think that's something that could probably be introduced in the Premier League, Jonathan?
And well, eventually, to be honest.
Yeah, there's certainly some interesting rules being introduced, which I've seen already. If you take longer than 5 seconds to do a throw-in, it goes a throw in the other direction. The VAR overturning a yellow card for mistaken identity as well. And that is a strong, strong tackle from Afif, but I don't mind that. And Zakaria will take a throw-in. Looking at this position, they're penning in Qatar here and using a great range of passing at the moment and a looping ball upwards, but well received by Qatar's goalkeeper. It was never really going to struggle to get past him at that position. Well, it's a lot of a very... Why is he taking so long to take this goal kick? This feels absolutely ridiculous. Okay, finally, hoofs it down the field. Very much Route 1 football employed by Qatar. They've got 2 target men up top. It can be effective. We've seen being quite effective with the Czech Republic in their game up against South Korea earlier on. And, well, it looked like there was an attack there. There's on the floor Abu Nada, I believe, for potentially Qatar. It's one of the defenders for Qatar. It's all quite high action. It's just a bit of coming together. I don't think there's any malice in that. It's just a 50-50. Yeah, that's not going to be given, surely. It's a great shot initially. Really should be doing better, Pedro, in trying to receive that. He's had to turn completely around 180 in order to clear the ball and has ended up with a collision. That's why. I think it was between him and Ndoye, who the name's familiar. Was it Fulham he played for? He's definitely played in the Premier League at some point, I feel. Qatar have lost possession here, and Switzerland are going forward, and that will be a free kick. I don't know who's to take this. It seems like a dive to me, that. Did you see much contact in that, Jonathan?
Not really.
Well, either way, Qatar has got a free kick about halfway, about the halfway line. It's looping ball forward, but there's way too much on that, and that's going to go out for a goal kick. Absolutely horrible free kick routine. Julian Lopetegui not happy with the waste of a set piece. And Switzerland have a chance to come again. They're always going to be carrying the ball forward through the defensive lines. That's a wonderfully lofted pass out wide. Maybe a bit irrelevant to do a bit of showboating, but they're quite content to do short passes and progress through. I think we've seen that fair, decent amount in top-end football a lot recently. There's been a right old scrap there, and I think it's gone behind for a corner. Switzerland have managed to win themselves. Zakaria was the one who managed to successfully get his team a corner in that position. First real dangerous position, a corner routine that we've seen quite a lot in the Premier League. Arsenal have been, of course, accused of winning the Premier League by corners. Do we think Switzerland are going to be able to show a bit of set-piece prowess?
No.
It goes far. It's not well dealt with at all, and Switzerland still have it in the penalty area. But there are two players surrounding the player on the far side. Tried the cross, and Qatar come away with it. You are very much right there, Jonathan. He has not managed to make something. Qatar have a chance with a counter-attack here. Switzerland's defence has recovered nicely. Granit Xhaka with it now, powering down the near side. He's gone in field. He's made a wonderful dribble in. No one's pretty much picked him up at all. And he's still showing this quality despite being in his latent years of his career. Although you never know, considering some of the ages of players at this World Cup. He could well be at the next one. But no Jurgen Shaqiri or Jan Sommer, names that we've traditionally associated with Switzerland for many a year. Well, they're not here at this World Cup. It's probably the weakest Swiss team we've seen in quite a while, actually. And a cross comes across penalty area, a shot, and it goes just over. And Doy definitely should have buried that one. It was a great cross, wasn't it? He's just looking at it there. It's such an inviting ball, and he's just lifted it over the bar. And that is a great chance for Switzerland to get 1-0 ahead.
Yeah, should put that in.
And he knows that as well. And then Doy is very much frustrated with that. This game has actually been, relatively speaking, fairly even. I don't think Switzerland have been massively dominant. They have obviously had the game in their favour in this opening 10 minutes. But Qatar have had a couple of chances of breakaways. And probably still the best chance of the game, I would say, although it is still relatively young. That is a poor tackle, a slide tackle from behind, wasn't it? Can maybe consider himself a bit lucky that it's only 5 minutes in for Jassem. He is getting a firm warning there, and he's just stuck. It looks quite bad. Do you reckon if that's 70 minutes in, that gets a yellow card there, Jonathan?
Yeah. I would say so.
Yeah. They do certainly have that position where earlier on in the game, they tend to be a bit more lenient. The shaving foam, that is weird. That's one of the worst positioning of shaving foam I've ever seen. He's just like nonchalantly just thrown on the ground. A two-man wall for Qatar, just on the corner of the penalty area. It's definitely an inviting position for Switzerland here. We know Mbolo has it in his lock. I don't know if he's the one taking it. He's gone across and just gone straight into the arms of the Qatar goalkeeper. He took the shot on himself. If he was on either side, to be honest, he probably would have done better. And it goes all the way back to the Swiss goalkeeper, who will rebuild the possession and start the play out from the back again. It is watching a bit like how England tried to play for a number of years in the Gareth Southgate, isn't it here, Jonathan? Yeah. Trying to break down a very resolute 11-man defence, essentially, which will try and hit on the counter. The cross comes in, it's deflected behind. Oh no, he's managed to kick it over his head. Maybe not the best move, but they shepherd it out eventually. It looked like there was quite a good chance there, potentially, for Switzerland to make something happen. Utilising the wings quite well at the moment, I would suggest, are Switzerland. And there's another great opportunity for a cross here. That's a poor effort, and Qatar will kick it behind for a throw-in to Switzerland. They're very much in the attacking sense at the moment. It's lifted up, a great searching ball. It's lifted up. Is that going to be a penalty? It is. The referee has pointed to the spot.
And there's 2 players who have died on the pitch.
To be fair, both players are just lying, sprawling on the ground. The goalkeeper for Qatar, and is it Ndoye as well? There was a bit of collision there. It was a wonderfully lofted ball.
He's onside.
And he's onside. And I don't know about... Yeah, it was. He is a pen. He's gone for the ball, but has ended up getting a large proportion of a player as well.
He got no ball at all.
Did he not touch the ball?
Do you think he touched the ball?
I don't know. Maybe.
I thought it looked like he got a hand to the ball there.
Which one?
The goalkeeper. Or one in yellow, who's got to be still on the floor.
What time Spark open till, by the way?
11 o'clock.
Even I remember outside of terms, it was 9.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I'll go at half time.
Well, he's gone absolutely diving in. I mean, the rebound should have been poked home. There's absolutely no doubt that's a penalty. He just absolutely clattered him. Nate's trying his very best. Bless it. I don't know if he's going to be in a fit enough state to save a penalty here. He's pouring water in his eyes.
What's Bro doing here, man?
This is definitely going to be a Switzerland goal. There's no way. Does Embolo take it for you, or does Ndoye?
I don't know who the players are. I can't, to be honest.
Right, the referee is now trying to get all the Qatar players out of the box for this penalty to be taken. There's like 11 players in the box. We're all checking if the goalkeeper is all right. I'm sure he's fine. He's up on his feet. At this point, this is just wasting time.
Yeah.
Mind games. It's all about mind games. Right. A penalty here. I think this is the first penalty of this World Cup, actually. He's looking at a towel. There's definitely some notes there of which direction the Swiss players are going, isn't there? Seems to be the tactic nowadays. Embolo seems to be the player standing over it. I'm saying right now, bottom left.
I'm saying right now the keeper saves it.
You think the keeper saves it?
I
Well,
think he's got it.
different opinions.
Well, that's not very helpful, John. Who's got this, bro?
Who's got this?
The keeper.
Right, so 2 saves. I think this is a goal.
Wow.
What, just check over right now, right? It's a slow slot, and yeah, bottom left, I was right. Embolo scoring, Switzerland leading. Absolute limbs.
What another goal for Penland, honestly.
I thought we were going to go for a Panenka at that point.
Honestly, Switzerland so far this World Cup have been pen merchants, really. So that's all I can particularly say.
How can you even comment about it?
It's not the first game.
That's their first game. They've only scored penalties so far. Honestly, pen merchants, disgusting.
Right. This is not a bad penalty. The goalkeeper's gone the wrong way, but far bottom left. I don't think even if the goalkeeper went the right way, he would be ever able to save that. That's what we're saying in penalties, don't we? Just stick it in a corner and stick with it. You're more than likely to score it if it's on target in the corner. Qatar got a bit of mountain to climb now for a very flat country, I believe. But Switzerland is more used to playing up mountains.
Well, thank you for this tactical insight.
There you go. But the wit and stimulating conversation we're having here. And it's cleared quite confidently by Switzerland. That was in the air for a long time.
Yeah, what? I feel like when the ball went out, I wasn't even where the throw-in was from either.
It wasn't even a throw-in.
It wasn't?
Yeah, it just got received, I think. Qatar in an attacking position here, but Swiss showing great defensive determination here. And that will go for a Qatari throw-in, actually, which is taken quickly. They've not put their heads down, certainly, since conceding that penalty. I think if it starts going down to 2-0, Abunada, the goalkeeper, has also received a yellow for that tackle.
Why are they passing it back?
Well, oh my day. I don't understand the desire to pass back to goalkeepers. I just don't get it. There's a lot of pressure being applied on Switzerland's number one at the moment, who is not Jan Sommer. That's all I can say. What?
Where is Jan Sommer?
He's not even in the squad, I don't think. Presumably he's retired.
Oh, Neuer unretired for the World Cup.
Yeah, Neuer did. But clearly Switzerland thought they had fine enough options without needing to resort to the pass for this position. Qatar, with a lengthy spell of possession at the moment, I would have thought Switzerland would have tried. Maybe they're going to try and sit back and soak up a bit of this pressure. I don't know. For me, it doesn't seem a very good idea. And it goes all the way back to the yellow-carded Abnabam in the Qatari goalkeeper, who that is a rubbish distribution. And that is why Switzerland is higher in the world rankings.
I don't know the differences between the two, actually.
That would be interesting. Infantino said this one. This man gets everywhere. He does look a bit like a Star Trek villain. Or is that just me?
I wonder if I show speeds at this game.
I don't know. Why would I show speed be at this one?
He was at the American game.
I doubt he'll come to all of them. He'll go to any Portugal games, I imagine.
And they're probably
A great cross and a 1-2 there and a
Oh,
great
yeah.
save. Although it was pretty much straight at the goalkeeper there. Using the wings. That's not a great pass. That's also not where the ball went out. Play on, says the ref. That is definitely not where the throw was meant to be taken. But hit straight against the Qatar defender and gone out for a Qatar throw-in. Well, if there's anything to learn from that move, they're great at passing, but their final third action could be greatly improved in terms of actually getting a shot. To be fair, it's a decent enough save by the goalkeeper. Does he get a red card this game is a real question. Because he can't time waste anymore.
Now, the real question is, Stephen, did you watch the last World Cup during your lectures?
It wasn't during. Oh, wait. Yes, it was. Wasn't it? Because we went. I've watched a couple of games, admittedly. I think I watched one of the Netherlands games.
I remember that when Argentina lost to Saudi Arabia, that was it.
That was a very interesting game, actually.
Yeah, Saudi Arabia actually the world champions, almost obviously beating the eventual world
They're
champions.
the only ones who beat Argentina on the way for them to winning the World Cup, actually. I mean, these storylines do happen. I don't think people will be writing home if this happened, like Switzerland get defeated by Qatar. But later on, if Cape Verde beats Spain, or Haiti beats Scotland, or Curacao beats Germany, any one of them three, and it'll be another yellow card. It's a very similar tackle that I think the same player did earlier on in the game. Was he? Oh no, he's has he tried on the foot or gone with the hands? Either way, Jason Gaber has received a booking.
It's funny because you don't really get the impression like that Qatar is actually a violent team. They've already got 2 yellows.
Yeah, I feel like sloppiness in the tackle. I don't think they're deliberately going out their way to be thuggish like South Africa was the other day, which we also did a live watch on for. But I think some of them just a bit lazy tackles. It's another great position for a free kick, though. Cross here should just be headed home, and almost every player I think is onside in this position. I'm not sure about whether you should be allowed to be offside from these sort of positions anyway. It feels ridiculous. It's headed behind for a corner by actually Yassen, who was the one who got the yellow card and actually did the foul in the first place. So he's done his defensive work there, heading that clear. Even though he was actually behind his marker. And it is our favourite hydration break. What do you make of his opening 25 minutes or so, Jonathan?
It's been pretty okay. Looking forward to the ads.
All the wonderful.
Does ITV pay ads during the hydration break?
Not generally hydration break, no.
Apparently, in America they do.
Well, that doesn't surprise me. America have any opportunity given to put ads. If you've ever watched a Super Bowl, every 2 seconds they seem to have an ad break. There's more adverts than actual sport time. Right, time for tactical advice. I mean, a lot of the chances have come to Switzerland's direction. Not too surprising, Matt, but I actually think the goalkeeper's been relatively good. He's made saves when he's needed to. The penalty obviously was not going to be saved, but when needed, the Qatari goalkeeper has done a decent enough job. Showing that it just looked worth the more times they show that foul, to be honest. And it's a beautiful penalty to the bottom left. They're already highlighting Frula's runs. But that was for the penalty, and it was very tight. It could have been considered offside, to be honest, but it wasn't. And we're about to see a resumption, and Jonathan has lovingly bought us all digestive biscuits.
Jonathan's having a hydration break.
Why is somebody wearing a 76 Swiss shirt? What a weird number to choose.
What? It's the opposite of 6'7".
6'7". Sorry.
How old are you?
6'7".
This is not the content we sign up for. Oh yeah, it was a corner just before, so I don't know whether I necessarily would want the corner to be just after a hydration break. I don't think it really benefits either team. Well, it's not the worst corner in the world, but it's not amazing. It's gone straight to Qatar's goalkeeper, who will have a chance here to. I reckon he just punts this downfield, to be honest. There he goes, absolutely slashing it down.
Non-league.
Aiming for a target man does get there, but there's no second ball. 31% possession for Qatar, 60 for Switzerland, 9% of, well, no possession. How low was that plane to make that shadow that big? That was quite mental. Holding quite well at the moment. Switzerland progressing nicely, using the width. We're going to have a quick digestive break. What's the ref blown up there for? Was it offside? No, it can't be offside. Oh, okay. Yeah, that is definitely a free kick. Potentially could have been a yellow card, that, if it was in a bit more dangerous position. Completely off the ball. Qatari corner on that set piece. There's a bit of a panic, and it is behind. And a thief will take it. Made over 130 appearances for Qatar, and over 100 appearances for Al Sadd, or 100 appearances exactly actually for Al Sadd, the Qatari team based in Doha. There is a Qatar player down injured on the floor right now in the penalty area. We'll see what caused that. Has he been injured by his own player? That was very confusing. It's Pedro who's gone down. I'm a bit confused about what caused him initially to go down. To be honest, he seems to have been injured by his own player potentially. Or was it an off the ball? Well, that's some of the Iron Brew, which is behind. Your great classic watch-alongs here, all the best. It's definitely a head injury.
Do you want a glass?
Oh, yes, please.
Okay.
Well, he's up. Ahmed collided with Pedro Miguel, which meant that Pedro Miguel had to receive treatment, so we'll have to go off to the side for that.
Who's in the group, these two? The other two teams?
I believe it's Canada versus Bosnia, which played last night.
It's quite an even group, to be honest.
That was 1-1.
So I think it's them two. I always lose track because of the way they do it. Thank you, John.
Nice.
Half an hour in, 1-0 to Switzerland. And they're on the attack again, out wide. I must say, Switzerland as a team have looked very strong. It's hard to pick out an individual talent. Maybe Ndoye. I've been quite impressed with some of the work he's done so far. It's gone out wide on the left, but opts for the safer pass back to a defensive partnership. Almost at times they're playing a free at the back with 3-5, a 3-4-3 sort of formation. It's quite interesting. A throw-in will be taken here by the number 13 for Switzerland. It's lifted up, headed clear. Qatar could make this something happen here. It doesn't fall kindly for them. And it's back with the centre-backs of Switzerland, who look, that's a lovely lifted ball forward, and it's going to go into the arms of Qatar's goalkeeper. A very soft header, couldn't really direct it. 2 attempts on goal, on one on target for Qatar, 8 attempts on goal for Switzerland, 4 of them on target. It does sort of paint which team is very much in the ascendancy and dominant in this one. Although I must say, a lot of the attempts on goal have been straight at the keeper for Switzerland. None of them have been particularly, other than obviously the penalty goal, overly challenging the man in yellow. A lifted ball, but headed clear. Great work by the centre-back there, helping out his goalkeeper. And Switzerland will come again. We'll do it repeatedly in this game. Freuler has also been quite impressive with some runs from midfield. And they've got a chance here, Switzerland. They've gone and hit it, but it's deflected. And Qatar will come away with this, but it's surrounded by green shirts. And keep on. There's a lot of turnover in possession at the moment. Qatar, whenever they get the possession, can't seem to be making an attacking opportunity fall in their direction, which is quite a concern.
This just feels like watching England, right?
It does a bit. It's very much trying to break down. It's tiresome. It's breaking down the football. Sometimes what you have to do, though, to get past all them defensive players, there's 5-6 players of Swiss in the opponent's box, and then all of Qatar's. Like, it's really difficult to get that final ball that will count towards a goal. Holds the ball up well there, and then it's a shot which is through a crowd of people. Ndoye there.
Probably one of the best things you could have done in that position.
Oh, absolutely. Like, there was nothing else he could have done there. It's just... And Mbola with an impressive back heel, knowing that Ndoye was there. Ndoye surrounded by players. It's just too wide. Couldn't quite direct it on target, but I don't mind that. You don't mind him having a pop. Qatar are playing quite a high line for the counter-attack. They tend to have 1 or 2 outlets occasionally, who are just sort of meant to aim at. But it does leave themselves exposed in the attack. Switzerland are coming again, and it's listed to defending, kicked behind for a corner, I think. It was Kuki who was on the end of it. Or Mbola, I think, has been penalised for a foul, actually. So I think it'll be a free kick. Mbolo's pleading his innocence. And the goalkeeper for Qatar will take this. I don't know why, but this stadium gives me 1980s type of vibes of like 1986 sort of World Cup footage. That's a lunging in tackle there, and Switzerland will come away with the free kick. Not really sure what I was thinking in that position. Bit of a ridiculous foul to give away. Switzerland come again on the left. In line with the penalty area. Has to get past his man first. And there's too much pace on that. Oh no, apparently kept it in. didn't look like it to me. It has now been given as a goal kick. For me, that's definitely out, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't have too many complaints there.
Those kids are now 3 million years in debt.
Oh, absolutely. The parents spent their life savings to get them
I
there.
mean, they're Swiss. It's not that bad. But
They could probably afford it. Or there's a Mexican wave going around in an American stadium. Can we get a Mexican wave going around this room? Things you love to see.
have you ever seen a Mexican wave at a non-league game?
No. I think you'd be called a wimp or something if that happened.
Probably were.
But yeah, using polite language. I've seen some interesting chants at non-league. Go on the shorts page, you get to go and see all of them. To be fair, when you're at a stadium which has got 79,000 people in it, it does look impressive. When you're at a ground which has 70 odd people, probably less so. Switzerland have got it, but they're being very much pressed by Qatar here, and the goalkeeper's been forced to a mistake. It will be a throw-in. Cabal's having to rush back for it, and again, that wasn't great. Why would you defensively throw the ball in that position? Out of all options, that was probably the worst option to take. That's a loose ball. And Switzerland will have a chance to come again. That's going to be a foul. Will be a free kick for Switzerland. About halfway between the penalty area and the halfway line. What was that rip thing on the pitch? There seems to be some sort of piece of fabric on the pitch.
Maybe some shit.
We've already seen one ripped shirt this World Cup. Will we see another? Well, surely they're meant to be told if the shirt is ripped. It's a bit of beautiful footwork there, but I think he's done a bit too much. It's the Swiss player. It's number 17, and Kanji.
Was he at City?
I'm not sure. He was, wasn't he? Yeah. One of the great many players to have been involved in that City squad, though.
One of the many 115 players.
Which caused 115 FFP charges in response.
Oh, do you see that? What's it called? That Everton have to pay Burnley like 20 mil.
Do they?
Yeah.
Oh,
Because what's it
oh
called?
yeah, I did see this because of like lost earning in revenue because of PSI. It was absolutely ridiculous.
I've heard enough. Deduct 20 points in Everton.
It's basically that, isn't it? Everton just gets screwed over by every club at this point. It's out wide, and what a save! I don't know if it was meaning for a cross or a shot there, but either way, he's recovered that well because that was heading in, I think. I don't know if he necessarily was meaning it for it to go to goal, but it was definitely on target.
I don't want to go across.
It looked like a cross, but it was going toward. If he didn't save it, it would have gone in goal. So there's a tight angle for a Kanji there. It will be another corner. Oh, and there's a shot. It's blocked, and Qatar can come away. They have the pace, do they? No, but they have been fouled in the counter attack. And Bolo, I believe it is. I think he'll get a yellow card for that. Yeah, Not Embolo, actually. Sorry, it's number 6. Just absolutely clattered into Yusuf with Zachariah.
Who's he?
I've heard of Dennis Zachariah. I'm trying to think. Quite a big team in Europe, isn't it?
Google.
Yeah, have a look. I feel like I've heard of him. Qatar playing risky, but they've gone long now. Just going to go out for a throw in. Yep. Qatar will take this.
Monaco.
Monaco, interesting. Did he play for anyone before Monaco that you may have heard of?
Young boys. He played for Chelsea for 7 games in 2022-23.
Well, it's another corner for Qatar. Actually, a fairly difficult save having to be pulled off there by Cabal, who's using his right leg to hook it behind for a corner. Kind of went the wrong way, but his drifting leg did enough to keep the score 1-0 to Switzerland. But Qatar have certainly got a chance at this corner. Afif has it. He's demonstrating something with the linesman. Not sure what. Is he saying putting it in the quadrant properly or something?
Don't think he likes it.
I've never seen someone protest so much about the quadrant. Comes across, headed away. Shot comes in. Was that a shot, a pass? I don't know. Whatever it was horrific. And Qatar have gone long. I'm not sure who they're looking for there. I imagine a lot of these players potentially came through either Basil's or Young Boys Academy.
Yeah.
Is that the Wancroft Stadium?
It is at the Wankdorf Stadium. You're absolutely right. One of them interesting things in trivia, which bit of an unfortunate name. Did you see that American on the who I think he called one of the players wanker from America to Thierry Henry? I don't think Thierry Henry knew how to react. It was the American coverage. And it's a long ball. Qatar have got that, but the second ball will go to Switzerland. Problem is here's the midfield. Qatar's midfield is very, very much, because they're having to be so defensive, they're too stranded in their own defence whenever they do hit the ball towards their target men. They need at least one attacking midfielder to drag slightly further forward. It's out to the left for Switzerland. Another chance to get a cross off here potentially. When they come across, they're in the penalty area. They've got a shot. It's parried and eventually cleared. Wasn't the most convincing parry in the world. That could have gone straight into the legs of a Swiss player. It does not. And Switzerland will have a throw in. A bit of a switch of play going on here. Zachariah, who is in the book. It runs just through to the centre-back of Qatar, who hasn't cleared that at all well. Lifted high.
Good save.
A great save, but could have very nearly been a very similar situation as we saw for the penalty earlier on in this half. It's a lifted ball and Bolo's running on. But it's gratefully received. That, I would argue, was a better save, but also a bit more risky one. I believe it's a throw-in for Qatar. I'm not sure how this has happened, but We move. Why does it say San Francisco Bay Area? Where the stadium is, just say San Francisco.
It's not in
But-
San Francisco.
That's a great ball. And has he kept it in? Oh, he hasn't. I thought that was a fantastic ball.
The stadium's not actually in San Francisco. It's in the next city along, because it's cheaper.
Well, that's the case for most things in America.
That's true.
But that was an excellent ball. How he hasn't managed to whip off the cross. I thought that looked beckoning. Switzerland have a chance to come again. How many of these players do you reckon were at the 2022 World Cup for Qatar?
No idea.
Now that's a
Oh.
shot. I know that's all too easy goal, to be honest, for Vargas. I think that is it given offside. He doesn't look overly happy.
Yeah.
Back to goal Janssen. He's gone for it. Looks onside to me.
Was that in?
I don't think it went in there.
Oh, is it gone just wide? I thought that. It looked like it'd gone in, didn't it? We all thought it'd gone in, and then we saw reactions like, oh, it hadn't gone in.
Yeah, I went to beside the post.
I think he might have hit the side netting. The net did bulge.
Hmm.
It's a great shot here. And was that an overhead quick clearance? The proper last-ditch defending stuff from Qatar here. I think it was Pedro. The shot came up. Oh. Just see what's happening here. Yeah, okay, it was a save into the side netting. But it went behind as well to make it look like it was a goal. Vargas did a great job there. I thought it was a goal. They had 6 minutes of stoppage time, by the way, which we've currently played 3 minutes of. Well, it's actually just ticked over to 4 minutes. So a couple of minutes left of this game, of this half rather. Jonathan will be leaving me to go to the shops.
No, I don't need to.
Oh, you don't need to now.
I remember to have my biscuits.
Good though. Across the Qatar. There's potentially a chance there, and it's gone behind for a corner.
Not the best clearance, to be honest.
It wasn't a great clearance, no. It was Ndoye, I think, who was a more attacking player. I think yet again remonstrating with the linesman of where to put the corner, the ball during the corner. What? To be fair, if Switzerland concede from one of these, which is quite feasible, you have to say they've scuffed their chances in the attacking third. Because there's definitely been chances. The ball's gone high and far. Qatar will have the possession, I think, at the end of this half. Although that's a slow ball and a fast run. It's all very target man football, very route one. It works when you have a Patrick Schick in your team. I'm not so sure that Qatar necessarily have that level of physicality and height in their team, though. And Switzerland going on a quick attack here, hoping for a penalty. Got a great cross, and that's oh my! That's a great clearance, well, a much needed clearance. The goalkeeper was left scrambling in no man's land there. Thrown by Zakaria. Well, I thought that was almost destined to be a goal there.
Yeah, but Switzerland can't make that.
Switzerland can't convert.
There we go.
There we are. Half time, 1-0 to Switzerland.
Biscuits on.
As ever at half time, I'll get up the sofa score stats and see what we've got in this, what people are saying about the game.
BBC says dominant Switzerland leading Qatar at World Cup.
I'm not.
I mean, they're dominant, but they're not really doing anything with it.
We'll see if we agree with the SofaScore score ranking. Sometimes I think they're a little bit harsh, and sometimes I think they're a little bit generous. But they roughly know what they're talking about. They're very stats driven, of course. I'm not the most stats driven person in the world. So Qatar on a 6.76 and Switzerland on a 6.9. 6.76 is quite a decent. YouTube. It's quite a decent. In terms of momentum, a large proportion of this half has been all Switzerland. 7.7 for Qatari goalkeeper Abunad. By far, I would say Qatar's best player. Maybe even the best player on the pitch. What would you say, Jonathan, about that?
The keeper's the best player.
Yeah.
I mean, he did give away the pen, but he's also saved Qatar like 20 other goals.
He gave away the pen, but to be honest, he was coming out for the ball. He just made contact with a player. I don't think there was much more you could have expected him to do in that position. Yeah, he got a yellow for it. He has actually made 5 saves, has prevented 1.12 goals. So that's quite decent. 7.0 is Al Amin, the left back. I think he's been a bit quiet in times, but you know, it is what it is. Kuki on a 6.6. Which one was it who did a goal line block just at the end of that half? Was he the one which did the block just at the end, potentially? Oh, you need to plug it in.
Yeah.
Pedro Miguel on a 7.0.
Which one can I unplug?
Does your charger reach?
You can put it in over there.
Does your charger reach from the left-hand plug socket over there, Jonathan? Left.
Just like this.
Please don't say you just unplug the Wi-Fi.
I'm not going to put it away. I'm PS3.
Okay. I was going to say, Pedro Miguel, I think, has had a very good game so far, actually.
How's far even true?
Well, he's not here. 3 ground duels have been won out 3 by him. I actually think all around Qatar's defence has been quite solid. Alwi on a 6.3. Probably not much, I would say, in terms of he's probably been the most quiet out of the defenders. 6.7 for Lay. I don't think I've really noticed him being much in the game, to be honest. A 6.3 for Madibo. Again, a bit of a quiet game. I think all the midfielders have been a bit too quiet for my liking. And a 6.5 for Yassam Gaiba Abdul Salam, who got the yellow card, but then defended from the following free kick that he had given away. So he did make atonement for that. 6.8 for the captain. Is it the captain? No, he's not the captain, but he's long-standing Qatari legend Akram Afif. He's been at times a bit quiet for me and a bit more out wide than central in this 4-3-3 sort of formation. 6.9 for Abdurrasang Sag. He's just not had much support, to be honest, which is a bit of a shame. And a 6.4 for Junior, which he's only one who's had any shots in the game. He's had 2 shots for Qatar, that is, but he did miss a big chance. For Switzerland, they've got a 7.4 for Cabell. When he's needed to make a save, he has made a save, to be honest. it's not ever going to be too difficult for Switzerland's goalkeeper in a game like this, is it? 6.4 for Zachariah. SofaScore not liking what he's done so far this game. Getting that yellow card. He's been very attacking in terms of in a fullback sense. But his shooting apparently has been way off. Yeah, he has had 2 shots actually, 1 blocked and 1 saved. But considering he is meant to be a right back, I don't expect his shooting to be amazing in the world. 7.1 for Elvedi. I mean, he's had a lot of touches of the ball. That is fair to say. But other than that, not a lot. 6.7 for Akanji, who's also had a couple of bad shots. But again, as a centre-back, you've got to be questioning, to be fair, why the centre-back was the one having to make the shot in that position in the first place. It doesn't reflect well on the attacking players. 7.0 for Ricardo Rodriguez, the former Wonder Kid. He has very much hugged that left-hand side quite nicely. 7.0 for Abishka. I've not really noticed him this game, in all honesty. He's done a couple of good crosses. That's about it. 6.9 for Granit Xhaka. We were probably expecting a bit more for him, but he does a lot of quiet work. He's had 1 key pass, and you don't ever really notice. He's had 36 out of 39 passes he's made as accurate. And actually, 29 out of 32 have been in the opposition half. 6.8 for Frula, has made some good runs and actually won his team a penalty in the opening half. For Endoy, we got a 6.6. I think that's harsh. They've had his shooting down as horrific because he's had 4 chances, 5 shots rather, and 2 of them in the target and 1 of them blocked. And the fact he hasn't scored a goal, I think, is slightly shifting that viewpoint. But you've got to get in them positions to get the shot off, if you get what I mean. 7.1 for Embolo, who scored the penalty. But other than that, he's had a cheeky back heel and stuff, but he had 3 shots, an XG of 0.94, and an XG on target of 0.72. So slightly overperforming that ever so slightly. And 7.3 for Ruben Vargas. A lot of love coming in towards him. Although he has had 2 shots and missed both of them. Had 1 blocked and missed 1. I'm not too sure why he's been given so generously for that. His dribbling has been great, but other than that, I'm not too sure. But yes, it has been a interesting half. Very much Switzerland coming out on top, as Jonathan was saying in the BBC, are reporting that Switzerland have dominated Qatar opening half. Not too sure that's quite the case. It's only 1-0. It's not quite the America 3-0 win. 3-0 winning at half time, but we saw the other day against Paraguay. That was a dominating first half. Jonathan, give me a few words about what you made for that half.
It wasn't the best half in the world, but it wasn't terrible, I think. Good defensive performance by Qatar, honestly, is the best way of summarising it. What would you say?
I think it was always likely to be a very defensive performance by Qatar, purely on the basis that, they came in as underdogs. They were always going to be throwing every man behind the ball. One thing I would suggest, if I was for Qatar's manager, Lopetegui, right now, I'd be saying I at least want 1 midfielder just to push forward a bit more, create smaller gaps between the attack and the defence. It's all well and good having a target man, but if you're poking a ball long and he's heading on, he's got to be heading on to something, He can't be doing all the work. He can't be the target man and then also making his own chances happen. So, yeah, I'd say push one of the midfielders slightly higher up for Qatar. It's still only 1-0. There's plenty of chances that could potentially come their way. And use the width a bit more. Switzerland have got a very powerful wing play. But if you start pushing up using wingers, that forces their wing backs to push deeper, and therefore will ease your attack. Switzerland, I'll probably be saying, same as the first half, try and be a bit more clinical. You know, a lot of the shots they've ended doing has ended up just being straight at the keeper, and as you say, take a bit more risk in that shot. You know, when the opportunity opens itself up, try and take a shot on as opposed to, you know, trying to do as many passes. It becomes a bit frustrating watching that, but at the same time, it has been a bit of a pattern in international football recently of trying to score the perfect team goal as opposed to, you know, we'll take a shot on first time. Doesn't matter if we miss or not. Would you say that's a fair assessment?
Yeah.
I suspect we don't have long till the second half. I think we'll have a final ad break before then. I'm not the sort of person who's going to give you world-class tactical analysis of every single position. I'm just a bloke who speaks on the internet about what I see happening on this screen in front of me. I have no qualifications in football. I've just been a fan for a very long time and know far too much about football for my own sanity at times. But yes.
More.
Do you think, how many goals do you reckon in the second half?
0.
It's going to be an end of 1-0.
Yeah, I don't think it could.
Well, we are going to be watching Morocco versus Brazil later on. I'm actually quite excited about that game. A lot of people are saying, will Brazil be one of the ones, you know, knocked out slightly earlier than expected this World Cup? You know, they haven't got. Apparently, Ancelotti is not going to have Neymar in the starting 11. What is your opinion on that, Jonathan? Do you think?
Isn't he slightly washed though anyway?
That is very fair. Pretty certainly plays the same position as Rafinha.
Legend.
So I would certainly be choosing Rafinha at the moment.
Leeds legend.
Leeds legend, currently doing quite well at Barcelona, I think.
It's true.
Almost have got. He isn't their most regular starter, but in the games he's played, he's pretty much scoring on average a goal every 1.5 games.
Oh, wow.
So
Gary Lineker on ITV now. It's kind of crazy.
it is quite crazy, actually. He was so synonymous from the BBC, wasn't he? Morocco, though, well, did they not win AFCON? There was all that hoo-ha about that. But Achraf Hakimi, certainly a very good player to watch out for in that team. They're actually in the semi-finals of the last World Cup as well. Salah-Eddin as well was the player who absolutely turned up in their last World Cup as well, I seem to remember. So they've got the talent of Morocco. There's certainly no sleeping on them. Who wins that group? Do you reckon them two win that group? Like out of them two, which one do you reckon more likely to win the group?
Morocco. Oh, the game's at 5 p.m. as well.
Oh, Germany versus how yeah.
We'll not be going to that. I have more important thing to go to.
Yeah, there's going to be no live watch-alongs tomorrow, unless you count midnight on a Monday morning as a Sunday. It's a bit iffy, but I will be coming online despite the lateness of the hour at the game of, I believe it's the Ivory Coast versus Ecuador kicking off at midnight. That will be the latest I do start a watch along. I'm not starting a watch along any later than that. Oh. What do you make of Gary Neville as a pundit?
I've never really heard of international punditing, especially on two neutral teams. I feel like all I hear about is Man United. So.
Like Carragher with Liverpool. And Wayne Rooney as well on earlier, I think.
Wayne Rooney's on the BBC. I think.
Yeah.
And Olivier Giroud as well.
Olivier Giroud, Mika Richards, Roy Keane.
Big Meeks is there. Let's go.
Big Meeks.
I remember seeing a clip where it was like he was talking about a contract he didn't sign while he was at City, and then like he was basically saying as a joke that's why he works at literally every company under the sun.
That was the worst kickoff I have ever seen in the entire world.
What is that?
He just booted it downfield to absolutely no one. It's a throw-in for Switzerland in their own half. What is that? Why have they done that? Apparently, Gary Lineker was not pleased. It's an interesting decision. I don't think I would have personally done it myself.
What's this?
Right, the lineups for Qatar: Abu Nada,
Microphone bite.
Ahmed, Kukuni, Pedro Miguel. Oh wait. Basically, there's no changes to your lineup. They're going far too quickly. They switched to a 4-2-3-1, interestingly, Qatar at the half-time by the looks of it. Or at least the official broadcasters seem to think so. And I thought they were in a 4-3-3 in the first half, which is not much. But that is sort of what I was suggesting to do. Switzerland, I've always got 4-3-3. I don't think they've made a change either. We don't often see changes at half-time, though, anymore. They're more done towards the 60th minute mark, which is weird considering we now have 5 substitutions. That will be a free kick.
Maybe they have a clause like, was it Griezmann's contract where he could only play after the 60th minute?
Wait, that's crazy.
That was at one point, yeah. It's like a loan contract.
It's going to be a free kick for Switzerland here. Griezmann's an odd one, to be fair.
Yeah.
He was highly rated, and I don't think he ever reached his potential.
Oh, World Cup. Then.
Yeah. Fair enough. Why is there a one-man wall? That is ridiculous. Like, what is he going to do? What is a thief going to do in that position? There's a gap either side of him.
A thief can take this.
Vargas to take. Whips it in. And it's headed behind. That was a risky move, was it? I think it was one of the great many shirts in red which was around there. Quite like the Qatar kit, to be fair. It's a nice shade. Oh no, it was actually... Did manage to get to the Swiss player who knocked it behind. I think it was the centre-back. Oh no. Yeah, I think it was a Qatar player. It was a bit hard to tell. There's a lot of bodies in there. And it will be a corner taken by Vargas. Another cross comes in. Punched away. That'll go out for another corner.
Good defense.
Was that going out for a throw-in, maybe? I don't know.
Good defense.
If it's out, punch it out.
That goalie is pretty good.
I think he's probably been the best player on this pitch.
Yeah, David Raya of Qatar.
With David Raya of Qatar. There you go.
Do we still have what's it called? Pickford.
Yeah.
He's for Everton.
Yeah. John, which city's Everton from?
Liverpool.
Oh.
Not that though.
Right, the cross comes in. Headed away. That was a poor corner. I sometimes feel like, whoa! That was a long-range speculative effort from Granit Xhaka. We've seen it before.
Being quite quiet this game.
Being quite quiet, but we've certainly seen him do such a
we got
thing
a
before
finger
as well. I don't think he did.
Are you sure?
He got a touch on it, it says.
What?
No, I don't think he got a touch on it personally.
It said in the
Yeah, but The referee doesn't seem to think so either. I think it was just over, skinned the crossbar. But we know Granit Xhaka loves a long shot from time to time. He's certainly not been afraid to do it in the past. Probably at times to his own detriment, as Arsenal fans then got in his back. Has he improved since leaving Arsenal, would you say?
Who?
Granit Xhaka?
Well, probably a bit. I don't know.
Arsenal.
But what he needs to be is different at Leverkusen and Sunderland. If you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
Arsenal is just so.
The cross comes in, and they actually somehow found the man and holding the ball up, and the shot is probably what is lacking most in there. I think in Doi it was who was trying to wriggle his way through and pull off a shot and hasn't quite managed to make the desired contact there. It was always going to be a difficult shot from that angle. I think he has gone behind from the corner. He all should have done anyway. Definitely did touch the boots of a Qatari player, but no, says the ref, for a goal kick instead. I think for that one is a bit more grey area, even more than the last one. Well, it is danger time, as Jonathan seems to be suggesting, but instead Switzerland decided to opt to go back when it was a 3v3 situation.
Switzerland aren't actually feeling that dangerous, to be honest.
No, I don't think they are, to be honest.
They can keep the ball most of the time.
Yeah, but possession don't win your games, and Qatar actually have just dispossessed Switzerland there. The problem is Qatar can't keep possession for love nor money and then give away a stupid foul like that. I'm not even sure how you're complaining, mate. It's another Swiss free kick, this time off on the right. It's a good chance, to be honest. And Doi is the one who was bundled over in the process. They haven't really made these count, though, to be honest, Switzerland. I will say that. They're not the greatest team from set pieces in the world. We're going to go deep. Far man, potentially. I can see this happening. I'm trying to see. Is it Vargas in the space here? Would be a perfect opportunity to get to him there on a half volley.
I think it could possibly go straight to the keeper there. That's maybe.
Yeah. It's actually headed behind for a corner.
Now, if Arsenal are in the situation, it might be different.
Arsenal set piece.
To be honest, I don't really understand why.
How has it even ended up on his head in the first place? That is a great question.
I don't really understand why Arsenal is seen as some like corner actually, when corners are literally part of the game.
Well, probably because they don't score that many outfield goals compared to corners. It will be a throw-in taken by Vargas in line with the goalkeeper box. Can't be offside from a throw-in. Maybe well worth using that. A little bit trivia for you. As they used to say at Burton all the time, there's always a great opportunity, you know. Do a good long throw. Qatar could get on the end of this, actually. Thing is that Afif does not have the pace to be a winger.
How old is Afif now?
I think he's in his 30s. But he certainly, you can just tell he doesn't have a pace. He can't. If he was more central, it wouldn't have been too bad. But the fact he was out wide, he was just surrounded by three people who all had much more pace than him and just chopped in, blocking him off. I don't know what people they have on the bench, respectively, Qatar to bring on. I'm not going to be an expert. I'm not going to say I'm an expert on Qatari football because I'm absolutely not. But I've gone all the way back to their centre-back partnership, and it will go all the way back to the goalkeeper. Ricardo Rodriguez is actually now playing for Real Betis, interestingly. He also has quite an un-Swiss-like name. Although that was like when Jay
Wait.
Rodriguez played for England, wasn't it?
He plays with the GOAT,
As it.
Anthony.
Anthony, spin merchant, the spin meister.
Well, you say that, but when Anthony got signed by Betis, do you remember he literally walked through the city with the crowd following him? They love him.
Hasn't he done like really well since leaving Arsenal? No, it's not Arsenal, it's Man United.
Well, look at McTominay. Look at
True.
Højlund. Look at literally every player, bro.
Not Ten Hag though.
Yeah, but I don't know about Ten Hag because didn't Ten Hag get sacked after like 2 games?
What from where? Man United
Leverkusen.
or Leverkusen? Yeah, that was 3 games.
But to be honest, that makes me just think of like there was other problems.
Oh, we had a massive breakdown, I think, with his dressing room very early on. You're not telling me this is called the San Francisco Bay Area Stadium?
Oh, because it's normally Levi's Stadium, but they're not a sponsor.
Oh, I was going to say.
Levi Jeans.
This is the 49ers Stadium.
Is that the Levi who owns Tottenham?
I don't know.
Daniel Levy, who Spurs fans are not very happy with at the moment.
No, he's not there anymore though.
Well, they blame him a lot for the downturn of the club.
No.
Was that a better move? I think maybe so. Vargas deciding to get the throw in for Qatar rather than the goal kick. Ayub to take it. Strong throw, but doesn't find a man at all. Oh, Qatar got another chance for a break here, but there's way too much of a pitch. We don't have the pace for it, and that's a poor ball. Look, I'm going to be honest. Because they have no pace, Qatar are really struggling. That is their biggest detriment. If they just had a pacey player, like either on the wings or as a central attacking midfielder, they would be doing so much better. Why does Lopetegui look like flipping Gary Neville in that? There will now be some substitutes for Qatar. We have been talking about potentially will there be some movements. A change in midfield, apparently, by the looks of it. Will they go a bit more attacking with their midfield, do we reckon?
I'm not sure.
I'd certainly prefer to see it that way. Not a lot has changed from the half-time team talks, I'm going to be honest with that. Other than Switzerland keep on losing possession, but then Qatar not having the pace to make counter-attacks effective enough. See, if they had a pacey winger who could just get through the lines, then it would actually be a very good team. And a lot more effective. And I'm guessing they don't, otherwise they would have started them. They need a Lamine Yamal.
They do. Don't we all?
We do all to be do need a Lamine Yamal in our life. Is that a triple substitution? Desperate times call for desperate measures.
No, it's the World Cup. You do anything to win.
To be fair, you'd never make a change at a corner. I don't think they're going to make a change in this corner. Vargas to take it.
Ooh.
Comes in, punched away. A thief will kick it out for a throw-in, and now we'll get the substitutions.
When's the hydration break?
Still another 5 minutes away, I think.
John, you don't have to watch, by the way.
No, I don't have to. I'm quite bored. So I don't have anything else to do.
Do you know you don't hate Elden Ring?
I played too much yesterday. I'm on the final boss.
Are you going to get the DLC?
Probably, yeah. If I manage to beat it.
We're actually not getting the substitutes up on the screen, which is quite annoying because I don't have team sheets in front of me, so I have no idea what's happening. Jassem is coming off, I can confirm that. Okay. Abdurrasaq, Jassem Gaber, and Ayuba Louis are all coming off. That sounds quite defensive substitutes from what I can tell. Quite interesting. On comes Ahmed Al-Wadini, Karim Boudaf, and Ahmed Fatih. I seem to remember Boudaf was in the last World Cup and did quite well in 2022. So, see how that changes things. A lot of pinging around at the moment, and I think Qatar, them changes might inspire things. They seem to already be much more higher up the pitch. Switzerland seem to be tiring and just content to let Qatar have the ball a bit. They know this is going to be probably their most easiest game. I probably want to improve my goal difference, but Qatar have so far been quite resilient in their defence. Bidoof with his first touch. And it's a simple pass, to be honest. Another long ball going forward, but it will go all the way to the goalkeeper. So yes, they've also got Bosnia and Canada in this group. There's certainly a chance for, I think, whichever team gets in third here to potentially qualify for round of 32. I'm still not too sure how that whole qualification process works. It seems quite complicated, but I certainly think there's a chance. And that will be a corner. Vargas was definitely adamant that was going to be a free kick, to be honest. He's just done a lot of running, a lot of step overs. It looks a bit.
Or did you just kick him in the nuts?
I don't think he did. A free kick it will be then. Taken by Vargas, who just seems to be taking all the set pieces, so I should probably stop saying that. Yet again, a one-man wall with our favourite Afif, who has an incredible amount of hair.
It's making it press in the wall, isn't it?
Maybe his hair will be able to help him. Goes across, can't find their player, and Qatar might break here. Oh, it's kicked up in Switzerland and that. Surely that's offside. Apparently not. Switzerland have it out on the right now. Just working together quite well. I think everybody in Qatar seemed to switch off, thinking it was a bit of an offside position, but apparently not. But they have all got back into position now in their 5-3-2. Seems to have changed formation by the looks of it. I'm not entirely sure why you'd go more defensive when you're 1-0 down, though. That doesn't seem to make a lot of sense to me. Oh, we can't get it, and it will go out for a Swiss throw-in. They're far, far too deep at times, Qatar. They'll struggle to get out. Their XG is 0.45, while Switzerland is 2.32. Switzerland are actually probably very much having a bad time in front of goal. That is their biggest issue in this game. And in my predictions, I did actually have Switzerland to finish bottom of a group because I don't think there's really many standout names of a team compared to previous Swiss teams, to be honest. Although a win here will almost certainly make that prediction untrue. It's very rare for a person to finish bottom of group with 3 points. A cross comes in, and it is going to be considered offside. Was it a corner? I didn't look. Or was it held out for a corner?
Oh dear. I do feel like Switzerland will be the deserved winners of this game if they do win it, though.
Absolutely. There will be now some changes for Switzerland, mainly in an attacking sense, by the looks of it, providing a bit more energy. Abishka and Ndoye are coming off. On comes Ryder and Manzambi. A lot of people were talking about Manzambi before the tournament for Switzerland and whether he can do something. Only 20 years old. Can he live up to the hype?
I want some red cards.
Pushing it on, tried to get the flick on header.
South African game was amazing.
Yeah.
The amount of red cards.
Did South Africa just go out of their way to get red cards, basically?
Yeah.
They were quite thuggish, yeah. If you want to see my thoughts on the South Africa game, I did a whole live watch along like this. You can feel free, it's still on YouTube. If you want to watch my brutal, honest reaction to all of the bookings and all of the goals. We're here for the vast majority of the World Cup. I am going to be having a holiday for about 3 weeks in a couple of days' time. So,
3 weeks.
yep, you got to... So most of the group stage after Monday will be not reported upon. And I'll come back for a round of 32. Hopefully, England is still in it by that point. I'd highly suspect us to be. Something would have gone drastically wrong if we're not. A shot...
Ooh.
That was curling. It was curling by Granit Xhaka. Curled way too far away. It was just curled away from the post. But he had the height. Wasn't too bad, actually. Is that what we sort of grown accustomed to Granit Xhaka doing, Jonathan?
Yeah.
The traditional Granit Xhaka type. And I think we are having a hydration break. I mean, sort of a lot of the changes I suspect will happen after this hydration break. I think we're going to suddenly begin seeing things change. It's often known that the hydration break provides a period for a refresh and a bit of a change in strategy. We certainly saw it in the American game where not long after the hydration break, they made a substitution and then they conceded a goal due to a switch off in their game against Paraguay. I mean, ultimately it didn't matter. It was a 4-1 win for the USA. But if you're in that position, then yeah.
Oh, that'll be a good game. Netherlands-Japan.
The Netherlands-Japan one, that is a good game. Who do you think wins in between that tie for Netherlands versus Japan?
Netherlands.
Yeah, they're certainly favourites, I think, the Netherlands. For that one. I've got them a bit of my dark horses. I've got them to reach the final of the World Cup in my predictions, which is available to watch on the Rams Fan YT channel.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm trying to think about what else. There's the Scotland versus Haiti game. Here's a bit of trivia for you. Do you know which Haiti player has played for Sunderland this season?
Wilson Isidore.
Wilson Isidore is the correct answer. But I think there'll be a lot of over-reliance on him in this game up against Scotland tonight. I think it's something like a 2:00 kickoff in the morning.
Yeah. I paid £150 to fix it. And then you fix it.
Do you reckon Scotland beat Haiti?
I think they should.
I feel like Scots fans are feeling a sense of potentially they may have been here before.
No, I do.
We've got to remember Costa Rica versus Scotland a fair few years ago now, but back in 1990s was a massive shock.
But I do. The thing is with the Scotland team is I feel like they haven't had like a good past few years, and they still somehow got into the World Cup. So I don't know.
Well, Scotland have got Scott McTominay, which is very much probably the Gareth Bale of the Scotland team.
He did meet the Pope.
There you go. A blessed handshake it would be. They also got Andy Robertson, perfectly good left back, who he confirmed leaving Liverpool. Has he confirmed which club he's going to? Spurs. Good signing for Spurs, I'd say, that one. I still think he's definitely good enough to be a top-end Premier League player.
Well, is Spurs top end anymore?
Well, no, but they'll probably end up. Surely they can't have a third season in a row looking down the barrel of the relegation
No,
zone.
I don't think they will.
We are back underway in this game. Qatar instantly doing an attack and they're running forwards here. Bad ball. Wow. What are they doing in that position there? And now Switzerland will be able to provide the counter. But instantly all of the Qatari players pretty much are running back, covering in defence. There was a chance there, wasn't there, Jonathan?
Yeah, there was.
Keeps coming from the back.
So I thought there's been warning signs for Switzerland, but that final ball every time, he's been just a bit poor in that final position. Switzerland have a chance here. They're running into the penalty area, but the tackle comes in. Could have taken a shot the second before, and that'll be a free kick for Qatar as Manzambi sticks the leg out.
Man.
There was certainly a chance there. It was a great run. I think he could have taken the shot a touch earlier, though, and he just ran out of space. That is ultimately what was happening in this one. So, here we go. I think it was Reeder, actually, was one of the substitutes as well, who came on from Switzerland, playing his trade with Augsburg in the Bundesliga.
Mhm.
Veddy's had to do a bit of defensive work there. He's had it cut out today at spells. But by and large, it's been relatively all right for him. Qatar, though, are beginning to warm into the game a bit. And that will be, that look like a Qatari throw-in, but it's going to go in the favour of Switzerland. It was, I think Afif can be feel a bit hard done by him there. Infantino is laughing with a few of the people. It's a Karloff Tillers. I don't know. He looked a bit like him for a moment there, but we only saw it on the screen for about half a second. The throw-in is poor, and Qatar will come away, but again, the touch is too heavy, and it will go to the Swiss goalkeeper. 73 minutes or so in. Still 1-0 to Switzerland. I think this game does end up being a win rather for Switzerland. They've had 20 attempts on goal, 7 shots on target compared to Qatar's 4 and 2 attempts on target. I think it shows you how good Qatar's defence though is. Surely that's what we've got to be saying here, Jonathan.
Right. Just a keeper.
Yeah. No, they have had pretty good defence so far.
A sustained battering, I think it's fair to say, and I for one would say goalkeeper for me has got to be considered the man of the match up there.
Even though he's on the losing team.
Even though he's on the losing team, but I can't think of any Swiss player which has really stood out for me to be worthy enough of the man of the match.
That's very true.
And Qatar have got the ball again. Their defence is proving yet again resilient. Ample opportunities and shines, but they're not going to go away. Qatar Airways is actually sponsoring the thing. Do you reckon that gives a psychological boost for this Qatar team in any way?
Well, considering half the Qatari team probably aren't actually even from Qatar,
maybe not. But Qatar are on an attack now. A great chance for a cross to come in. They get through. They're going through. He's going down. They've still got the ball. They're definitely looking for a penalty in this position. But they still got it. The shot comes in and it's high and just over the bar.
It's actually getting quite interesting now. It's getting a bit more, well, what's it called? Qatar are actually like, yeah.
Boudiaf had the shot there, and you do begin wondering why he wasn't on the pitch earlier. Because he, for me, has been a huge difference maker for Qatar. But look, they've been opened up now. So Switzerland can attack on the counter. Great save by the Qatari goalkeeper there, keeping his team in there. Because
Sorry?
there was
Stupid.
he is a absolute wall in the goal at the moment. And Manzabi's got it now. He's got pace to burst and he's just running between players. Does a great through ball in, but it's dragged wide by Mbolo, I believe it was. That was almost 2. And yeah, it was just narrowly. It did got through the goalkeeper's leg. A great through ball from Manzabi, I must say. Mbolo maybe could have done slightly better there as he just dragged the shot. What it wasn't. It was. Oh no, it wasn't Mbolo. Why are we showing the Vargas chance from ages ago? Long ball goes downfield. A thief has been fouled, but advantage is played, and Qatar will come again, and they're on the far right side this time. 22 attempts for Switzerland, and it's only 1-0. It says a lot. It says a great deal about, the defence of Qatar, and I think that what's going to come out. And interesting, the other teams in my group, Bosnia and Herzegovina, we know are a very defensive team. How are they going to come into this game, Jonathan, when they have to play them as the favourites?
Who?
Bosnia.
Oh.
Because we know Bosnia thrive being the underdogs, but what happens when the underdogs become the favourites? Qatar have suddenly got a new lease of optimism in life, and they're coming again. The cross comes in, the headers. They could have done a header there. The cross was beckoning. It was just needed a header onto it, and it will unfortunately go behind for a goal kick. Should be doing better there than number 7. Just jump up and try and header it in. I think it was a great cross. But it comes to nothing. Qatar have certainly upped for pressure and the ante in the last 5 minutes or so, haven't they, Jonathan?
Yeah, they have.
But that does invariably cause more gaps to be at the back. But at the moment, they're still resilient in their defence. So I still think Qatar could potentially get something from this one. A few of these counter-attacks have begun to look a bit threatening, and that will go behind for a goal kick. It wasn't a great one.
Empty seats, by the way.
Well, it's not too surprising, empty seats, to be honest. Qatar's population isn't that big, and neither is Switzerland's.
But still, World Cup.
We know how expensive it is, and there will be some more changes for the Qatar team.
There's a fair few seats for it.
No, I mean, it's not empty.
Asim Madibo will be coming on for Mohamed Manai.
Wait, no, it's
Or
not
Manny.
around, right?
No, Manai's coming on.
Oh, yeah.
And it's also a substitution for Switzerland. Vargas will be coming off. He's been doing a lot of the set pieces for today's action. Ultimately, none of them have been overly good. Amdouni is coming on in his place. Qatar will. Amdouni was at Burnley, wasn't he, at one point, I believe. So he's maybe he certainly has a goal in him, I know that. Right. Qatar have it now. in the defence, but a lot of the players are further forward. But that was a wayward pass that has just given a throw in from literally no pressure to Switzerland. That sort of stuff frustrates me. Because the pitch is massive. You shouldn't, when you're in the middle of the field, be kicking the ball backwards and conceding a throw-in from it. No matter how bad your quality is, because them pitches are massive, by the way. Like, we shouldn't really be expecting that sort of thing to happen too often. And it will be a throw-in, though, for Qatar. That's a sloppy pass. It was a 1-2, which didn't come off for Switzerland, and Qatar will. It's become all a bit poor quality within the last few minutes. Yeah, I mean, looking at some of the replay things of the Qatar action, they're definitely looking for a penalty, and I don't know if I'll get it. Well, not much longer to go. I would hazard a guess about 5 minutes. I don't think Switzerland overly care how this game ends. They'll get the win, probably. The vital 3 points. Wait, they've got a rattlesnake infestation at a training camp. What? That is mental. It's a long-range shot that's just gone wide from Manzambi. What a shot that was as well. That wasn't too far away. It was one of the positions that he's just at from about 25, 30 yards out. He's just wide there. I don't mind that in the slightest. He saw the opportunities to write his name in the headlines. Just gone a bit wide. What do you think of that shot, Jonathan?
I mean, probably one of the better shots they've had this half, or this game, to be honest.
And that's going to be a goal kick. Well worked by Qatar there to get that. Well, we all know how this is going to go. Apparently not. I thought they were all just going to absolutely whack it downfield to try and get to a big target man, but not. To be the case, and Switzerland will pick it up instead in an attacking third. See, I don't think Qatar's got the quality to be playing out the back like that. Yeah, they just don't have the passing ability. Why do teams who don't have the ability in their team to play it out from the back, play it out from the back?
I don't know, bro.
Like, just looking at this game, most of the passes that Qatar have made have been fairly wayward. Your better chance would be just punting it down the field and hoping someone will get there. Which I know isn't the most entertaining and nice football to watch in the world, but sometimes it can be effective. Switzerland are coming in an attack here. Out wide it comes, blocked off, but it comes again with Switzerland, who will try to switch the play round. It's great positioning at the moment. Has Mbolo gone a bit further wide, I wonder, since Manzambi's come on? Quite possibility. Switzerland can't find a way through. Like that, Qatar defence is absolutely resilient at the moment. They're bursting through, but Qatar have managed to defend it again. They'll go through to the goalkeeper. Akanji was almost there. He was lurking. A very far forward centre-back, I must say. Qatar are lucky to have managed to come away with that, because I thought they'd lost possession there. And Qatar have a chance to attack here, and this is a counter-attack ability, but it's just too much weight on the ball, and it goes to the Swiss goalkeeper. The Qatar forwards are frustrated, saying, look, we need better weighted passes. You know, they can't get a shot off if your balls are all going through to the goalkeeper.
Bro.
My days, yeah. That was a pour by Embolo. It really was. He literally had all the time in the world, and he has the lightest shot, which was just gathered by the Qatar's goalkeeper. I will always remember that Embolo goal from about 35 yards out. I think it was 2018, but it may have been 2022 World Cup. But it was an absolutely special one. I'll show Jonathan it afterwards if he's forgotten. But it was one of the best goals that I think I've seen in an international tournament. Just type up Embolo goal on YouTube and it'll probably come up. They're coming again in a central positions. Embolo can't get through the crowd, and Qatar will clear it. Not long to go, really isn't. We are into the final 5 minutes of ordinary time. Switzerland 1-0. There's not been a great deal of stoppages either, Jonathan. There'll probably only be about 5 minutes of added time. Because of, well, reasons. I mean, it gets you start thinking, should we just start implementing stop the clock like they do in rugby for football?
Perhaps.
Well, that will be a foul and a free kick given for Qatar. It was Pedro who was the one who stuck a leg out there. Can't be protesting too much about that, I don't think. It was against Amdouni. Hasn't had a lot of action since coming on the pitch. The thief is there, and wonderful ball out wide. There's opportunities here. Goes in field. Lovely little bit of a passing, which we're now seeing. Where has this been all game for Qatar? I do not know. They've suddenly turned into the prime Switzerland team. They're almost doing what Switzerland have been doing most of the 87 odd minutes that there is in this game so far. A cross comes in, headed away, but it comes out to a thief, I think it is, on the right. Another cross will come in. Hasn't got quite the quality, but it's looping. It is well caught. Akram Afif showing why, for me, he's Qatar's best player. Cabello, though, does collect it up. I was just doing some research earlier on today for a video which will come out in the future of best Asian footballer for each country. And Qatar, I did have Afif down. So a little spoiler for you for that upcoming video.
Which country do you think is going to be the biggest surprise?
Bangladesh.
Is there even any players from Bangladesh in like top leagues?
Maybe not top leagues, but plays for a previous Premier League winner, title winner. That's all I'll say.
Blackburn Rovers.
Not necessarily.
Leicester.
Mate, I can't be ruining it too much for the viewers.
Well, there's only two teams which realistically they're going to play for.
Well, it is Leicester. If you don't know it, then you'll probably either watch the video or you'll be just searching up which Bangladeshi international plays for Leicester City. We have got some substitute. Ed Milson Jr. will be coming off for Hassan Ali Mahmoud. I definitely butchered that pronunciation. Fula and Ricardo Rodriguez comes off for Chishari and Mahim. One of them looks like Phil Foden. So then, not long left to go at all, I don't imagine. Qatar, I still think have a chance. We have a minute of normal time, probably about 5 minutes of stoppage time or so. And they're coming again. A thief. I want to see a thief sneak me up at the end of the game. He's been everywhere. Oh, and on the turn, a great shot for Ameladou. Was straight at the keeper though. Was never going to struggle to challenge the keeper with that little pace. Straight at him. They have had some good chances, to be fair, in the last 10 minutes or so. Great through ball. Switzerland have it now with Embolo. Laid out wide. Cross comes in, but no man is going and sliding in for that. And Zachariah had a great cross there. I'd be fuming. So Embolo passes out. Zachariah has this wonderful cross. That number 22, why is he not sliding in? I feel like I've not seen a lot of players sliding in for like crosses anymore. Or is that just me?
Yeah.
There used to be a time when every single time you get to be fair, a thief's touch, which was the looping one, took a deflection. That could have well been a goal, to be fair, if he didn't have that deflection. The goalkeeper was looking into the sun as well, so. Well, Switzerland on an attack here. It's again crowded out by the Red Sea of Qatar. Well, we're not actually on the right side from the Red Sea, are they? That's the other side of the Arabian Peninsula. Can't quite control it. I'm being impressed by the number 7 in what he's had to do when he's had the ball recently for Qatar. Are Switzerland missing a Jordan Shaqiri? Is that what the consensus is here?
Maybe.
I just feel like, to be fair, they've struggled against quite a rigid defence for Qatar. They've come in knowing that they're going to be underdogs and just put people behind the ball. I feel like set pieces delivery could have been a bit better at times.
They don't really care about losing.
But to be fair, they've performed well. It's been 1-0. I don't think many Qatar fans would have expected them to be winning this. I wonder how many of them are actually from Qatar. You do wonder. And how many of them are secretly PSG agents?
Bro.
Great interception there, and that's going to be a foul, and Qatar will have a free kick on the right-hand side. 3 minutes left. It's going to go throw-in, actually, for Qatar. Every minute counts in these final stages. It's about being switched on. And they're going forward. Kuki's got it. He's gone forward with it. Flicked on with a header. That will just be shielded out. Well done by the Swiss defence there.
Qatar fans having a whale of a time.
To be fair, Qatar fans are seeming to have a whale of a time here. Headed on. That was a poor throw-in by Switzerland. I think, look, all Qatar players seem to now be attacking as a team as well. I must say, everything they've done quite well as a team at the moment. A cross comes in, headed, and goal.
Ooh.
Qatar have scored an equaliser.
Switzerland's bro. I wasn't expecting that.
It has been coming. They have been applying a bit of pressure. Well. Lopetegui is fuming, not sat down, but Qatar don't care. A sea of white and red fans are flinging their arms around, screaming. We'll give a full breakdown when we see the replay because I didn't catch half the players involved with that. A player who scored is on the ground crying. So a thief passes it across. The cross then comes in and it's just a towering header, to be honest. Truly, to be fair, should be doing better, the Swiss defender there. How are you getting out-towered by the number 18? Look at the limbs in the Qatar fans. It means so much for the number 16 who's headed that. Wow. This reminds me of when I saw Macclesfield knocking out Crystal Palace at the FA Cup.
Yeah.
It's that same sort of euphoria.
When Grimsby knocked out United.
When Grimsby knocked out Man United, the shocks in world football, they happen.
When Liam Rossini respected the ball. Oh, that's a bit different.
Right. How has Liam Rossini entered this conversation?
He's a good one.
I actually quite rate Liam Rossini very highly. But 1-1 with 20 seconds left of the game to go. Surely your one option here is just absolutely pile driving everything forward for one last chance. But wow, is all I'm saying is wow.
Where was this, bro? I don't know, it would be a Qatar 2-1.
6 minutes is up, but there will be time for a corner, I think, because Manzambi has managed to get his team a last-minute corner.
Right, where's the keeper, bro?
Come on, you need to bring the keeper up. Cabal, where is Cabal? There's no point in Cabal. Like, why are they holding people back here? The header comes away for Qatar, but it's going to be a second ball chance, potentially. Cross comes in.
Oh.
Headed, punched away. Third ball comes in, and that's a horrific ball, and that will be a goal kick. Surely that's the end of the game. The plaudits are all going to the goalkeeper right now. There's surely going to be a fake injury from a goalkeeper in a minute. Everybody's saying just blow your whistle. It's like that song from back in the day. Should probably not reference that. There's a pitch invasion from the benches.
It might be their first World Cup point.
I think this is their World Cup point in the final. Yeah, the first point ever in Qatar's World Cup history. And look at what it means to the players. Wow. Boulem Kuki on the 95th minute has got his team a point
For real.
at the World Cup
Crazy.
finals. There's a possibility, if they either beat Bosnia or Canada, that they get through to the round of 32. Now, they are 2 times, like back-to-back AFC Asian Cup winners. And I think we did see a bit of a reason why of that today. Wouldn't you agree, Jonathan?
Yeah, I do think so.
Defensively,
They have that
they've
Dolphin
been
number.
Abu Nada absolutely deserves to be man of the match for me. Has kept his team in this game through thick and thin for a relentless attack of almost 25 shots. Kuki will obviously get the headlines for the towering header to equalise it. But let's go through the SofaScore rankings of this 1-1 draw. A bit of... Some people say, well, why are you doing a live watch along for like some of these games? This is the reasons why. We're looking at the levels of sport here. And let's see. we have got for Qatar a 6.79. Abunad has actually gone down to a 6.9. I think that is incredibly unfair. He's made 5 saves in total, 3 punches, 2 high claims, preventing 0.47 goals. 7.7 for Al Amin with his amazing cross, which got the winner on the assist. Some amazing defensive work as well. 1 interception, 1 out of 1 tackles, 1 out of 2 ground duels he won, 1 out of 1 aerial duels he won. He had a clearance off the line as well. Al Amin may well get the man of the match for this potentially as well for some of the work he's done. 7.3 for Kuki, scored the goal, great captain display to performance, 13 defensive contributions, 9 clearances, 2 interceptions, 1 out of 1 tackles won, 1 block shot, 1 recovery, 1 out of 4 ground duels won, 1 out of 2 aerials duels won, 2 fouls, did have an error leading to shot, but a very impressive display by him, and a 7.3 for Pedro Miguel, very similar in that regard as well. 12 defensive contributions for him, 9 clearances, 5 out of the 7 ground duels he had, he won. The only disappointment was probably Al Wee, who came off on the hour mark. It was on a 6.1. Wasn't the greatest defender. He was being a bit exposed on that side, hence the substitutions. 7.3 for Lay. Still not sure he did too much. I think the midfield was a bit quiet, to be honest, but he had 30 out of 33 passes he made accurate, 91%. I mean, only 4 of them were in the opposition half, admittedly, but that's a fairly decent percentage for a Qatar team, which I don't think many people would have expected. 6.3 for Madibo. I don't think he had a great game at all. Midfield was the biggest problem for me. 6.4 for Jassen Gaba Abdusalam. He did nothing. Literally nothing. And he came off for the 60th minute. 7.1 for Afif. Showed some great determination. Looking at that heat map, Jonathan, what do you make of that heat map for Afif there?
Yeah.
For a winger, he was all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of had to be, considering what was going on with Qatar, really.
Yeah.
Qatar were mostly playing him in the back, so...
7.0 for Abdurasag, who did some decent tracking back as well, which is what you like to see for a centre forward. It's very team defensive display. 6.2 for Junior. I didn't think he did a great deal, to be honest. Sort of came alive towards the end and then was substituted for Hassan Al-Haydos on the 88th minute. 4 the substitute for Qatar, 6.7 for Ahmed Fatih, 7.0 for Bidoof. I thought he was great since he came on. 6.4 for Al-Din, 6.5 for Alameni, and Al-Haydos got a 6.5 as well. For the Swiss team, they were on a 6.88, Cabell on a 7.5, which, considering the amount of shots he actually had on him, he only made 3 saves, yet is ranked higher than Abunad. That is ridiculous. That is absolutely absurd, SofaScore. Zachariah on a 6.4. He got turned inside out. I think he was generally one of the worst players on the pitch for Switzerland, to be honest. He was far too forward at times when he should have been tracking towards the end as well. 7.1 for Elvedi. Had to do a lot of defensive work at times. Carried the ball forward. Weirdly enough, did have a couple of shots, which I don't think many people expect a centre-back to have. 7.3 for Akanji, a very similar story for him, to be honest, but some of his passing has been absolutely top-notch, and he hadn't had to do much defending until the end. 7.6 for Ricardo Rodriguez, came off in the 89th minute, and then everything crumbled to pieces. Sure, the Switzerland head coach will be
regretting that decision of bringing Miro Mehaim on, which fundamentally weakened their wing back. Although it was Zachariah on the wing back, which was a problem, who enabled a cross to get in. Maybe Ricardo Rodriguez could have done better with recovering. Michael Ibisha on a 7.4. Don't think he did that much, to be honest. 7.2 for Granit Xhaka. Bit of a quiet game, all things considering. The passes he did wasn't that adventurous. He actually did 68 out of 73 passes were accurate, so 93% of that. All 5 of his long balls were accurate as well. Had a couple of long shots as well. 6.8 for Remo Frula. It was a bit of everywhere going forward, to be honest. He just kept on popping up in that attacking half. Ndoi on a 6.3. I was a bit surprised, really, but I think it's really based on the amount of shots that he missed. He probably should have got at least a couple more on target. Embolo on a 7.0 with a penalty goal. That's the only way that the Swiss side managed to break down that Qatari defence was a penalty. Just thinking what could have been if that penalty wasn't there. 7.8 for Ruben Vargas, who they've given man of the match off for SofaScore. Absolutely no reason for that whatsoever, in my opinion. I cannot, for love nor money, understand that decision. For the substitute, 6.4 for Reader. Manzambi got a 6.1. Clearly, the Wonder kid who was touted for a lot of things didn't impress. Amdouni 6.8, Muheim 6.1, and Arden Dashari 6.3. Thank you very much for watching this live watch along. We're going to have a little bit of a break while we just get ready for the next one of it's Morocco versus Brazil. A great game coming up in about half an hour's time. We'll get back on, but we need a break. We need a bit of time to process what's gone on. But please do subscribe if you're new around here. Plenty more World Cup content around here, and I'll see you in about half an hour. Bye for now.